My name is Eliza Thompson, and I never thought I'd be the type of woman to eavesdrop on her husband's phone calls. But here I am, frozen in the hallway outside our bedroom, my heart pounding as I listen to Derek's hushed voice. I can't wait to see you either, babe. This weekend is going to be amazing. Just you and me. No interruptions. The world tilts on its axis. I grip the wall for support, my knuckles turning white. I've got it all planned out. I told Eliza I have a business trip. She doesn't suspect a thing. Bile rises in my throat. I want to burst through the door and confront him, but my feet won't move. I need to hear more. Don't worry about packing much. We won't be leaving the hotel room if I have anything to say about it. Derek chuckles, his voice dripping with innuendo. Tears sting my eyes.
How could he do this to me?
To our family? After everything I've sacrificed? I hear Derek say goodbye and end the call. Taking a deep breath, I compose myself and walk into the bedroom. Hey, honey, who is that? I ask, trying to keep my voice steady. Derek looks up, startled. Oh, just work stuff. Boring, really. I nod, swallowing the lump in my throat. So, tell me more about this business trip this weekend. He hesitates for a split second before launching into a detailed explanation about meetings and client dinners. The lies flow effortlessly from his lips, and I wonder how long this has been going on. As I listen to my husband's web of deceit, a cold determination settles over me. Derek thinks he's so clever that I'm just a naive housewife. But he has no idea what I'm capable of. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. I've become a detective in my own home, scrutinizing every detail of Derek's life. His late nights at the office have multiplied, and mysterious charges appear on our credit card statements. I've started keeping a journal, documenting every suspicious action, every flimsy excuse. Today, I'm meeting Jen for coffee. As I slide into the booth across from her, she takes one look at my face and says, "Spill it, Eliza. What's going on?" I take a deep breath. I think Derek's cheating on me. Jen's eyes widen.
What?
Are you sure? I recount the overheard phone call, the mounting evidence. Jen listens intently, her brow furrowing. That bastard, she mutters. What are you going to do? I shrug helplessly. I don't know. I need proof, but I'm scared of what I'll find. Jen leans forward, her voice low. You need to hire a private investigator.
A pie?
Isn't that a bit extreme? Extreme? Jen scoffs. Eliza, he's betraying you. You deserve to know the truth. I hesitate, torn between my need for certainty and my fear of confirmation. Look, Jen continues, I know a guy. He's discreet, professional. At least talk to him. I nod slowly, my resolve strengthening. Okay, set it up. As I drive home, my mind races. Am I really going to do this? Hire someone to spy on my husband? But then I remember Derek's lies, his secret phone calls, and my determination hardens. Walking into our house, I hear Derek in his study. He doesn't even look up as I pass by. I climb the stairs to our bedroom, my steps silent on the plush carpet. Opening my closet, I reach for the shoebox where I've been stashing cash, preparing for this moment. My hand closes around the wad of bills. There's no turning back now. The manila envelope feels heavy in my hands as I sit at the kitchen table. My heart races as I open it, spilling out a stack of photos and a detailed report from the private investigator. There she is, Amber, young, blonde, and beautiful. I feel sick as I flip through image after image of her with Derek. Entering hotels, leaving her apartment, kissing in his car. The timestamps mock me, showing how long this has been going on right under my nose. The PI's report is clinical, detailing their meetings, patterns, and even snippets of overheard conversations. Amber is Derek's coworker, 10 years his junior. They've been seeing each other for months. My hands shake as I reach for my phone.
Jen?
Can you come over? An hour later, Jen sits beside me, her arm around my shoulders as I sob. That bastard, she mutters, echoing her words from our coffee shop conversation. What do I do now? I ask, wiping my eyes.
Jen's voice is stale.
You make them pay. I nod slowly, a plan forming in my mind. I'm going to confront them. Both of them. Are you sure that's wise? Jen asks, concern etching her face. I need to see their faces when they realize it's over. I say, my resolve hardening. No more lies. No more sneaking around. I stand up, gathering the photos. I'm going to invite little Miss Amber over. Make her think I want to hire her for something with the kids. Jen raises an eyebrow. And Derek. A cold smile spreads across my face. Oh, he'll be here too. He just doesn't know it yet. As Jen leaves, I start making calls. To Amber, sweetly asking her to come by tomorrow to discuss a potential job. To Derek's office, ensuring he'll be home early for a surprise. Tomorrow, their perfect little affair comes crashing down. And I'll be there to watch it burn. The doorbell chimes, and I take a deep breath.
Showtime.
I open the door to find Amber standing there, all perfect hair and white teeth. Mrs. Thompson? I'm Amber. We spoke on the phone about the tutoring position. I force a smile. Of course, come in. As I lead her to the living room, I hear Derek's key in the lock. Perfect timing. Honey, I'm home, he calls out. You said you had a serper. Derek freezes as he enters the room, his eyes darting between Amber and me. The color drains from his face. What's going on? Amber asks, her brow furrowing. I turn to her, my voice ice. That's exactly what I'd like to know. How long have you been sleeping with my husband? Amber's eyes widen for a moment before a smirk settles on her face. Oh, honey, you didn't know? It's been months. Derek steps forward, hands raised. Eliza, I can explain. Save it. I snap, tossing the manila envelope on the coffee table. Photos spill out, damning evidence of their affair. Amber doesn't even flinch. So what?
He was bored.
I made him feel alive again. I laugh bitterly. And you think you're special? That he'll leave me for you. Eliza, please, Derek begs. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. Amber's head whips around. Didn't mean anything? You told me you loved me. As they argue, I feel a strange calm settle over me. I've imagined this moment for weeks, but nothing prepared me for the reality. Get out, I say quietly. They both stop, staring at me. Both of you, get out of my house. Amber grabs her purse and storms out. Derek lingers, reaching for me. Eliza. I step back. Don't touch me. We're done, Derek. I want a divorce. As the door slams behind him, I sink onto the couch, surrounded by the wreckage of my marriage. But amid the pain, a spark of determination ignites. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. Derek's pleading voice crackles through my phone. Eliza, please. Can't we talk about this? I grip the device tighter, my voice steady. There's nothing to discuss. You made your choice. I'll do anything. Just don't file for divorce yet. A cold smile spreads across my face. Oh, I'm not filing. Not yet. There's a pause. What do you mean? I want alimony, Derek. For every penny you spent on your little affair. He sputters. That's ridiculous. You can't. I can and I will. I cut him off. And I'm freezing our joint accounts. You'll get an allowance. An allowance? I'm not a child. No, you're worse. You're a cheater. I hang up, satisfaction coursing through me. Minutes later, my phone pings with a text from an unknown number. It's Amber. You think you've won? This isn't over. I type back. You're right. It's not. How's Blake, by the way? Does he know about your extracurricular activities? There's a long pause before she responds. You wouldn't dare. Try me, I write. I have more evidence than you can imagine. Back off, or everyone finds out just how busy you've been. I set the phone down, my heart racing. Part of me feels guilty for stooping to their level, but a larger part relishes the control. They thought they could play me for a fool, but they had no idea who they were dealing with. As I pour myself a glass of wine, my mind races with possibilities. Derek's parents, pillars of the community, would be devastated to learn of their son's indiscretions. And poor, oblivious Blake, he deserves to know the truth about his wife. I take a sip, savoring the bitter taste. Let them sweat for a while. Soon, They'll learn that karma has my face, and I'm coming for everything they hold dear. I watch from my car as the courier delivers the package to Derek's parents' house. My heart races, knowing the bomb I've just detonated. Hours later, my phone explodes with notifications. Derek's frantic calls, angry texts from Amber, and a surprising message from Mr. Thompson himself. "Eliza, we need to talk. Come to the office tomorrow." The next morning, I stride into Thompson and Sons, head held high. Derek's there, looking haggard, along with his stone-faced parents. Mr. Thompson's voice is ice. "Derek, you're fired. Clear out your desk." Derek pales. "Dad, please. Don't dad me, mister." Thompson snaps. "You've disgraced this family. Your mother can barely look at you." As Derek slinks away, Mrs. Thompson turns to me, eyes brimming. "We're so sorry, Eliza. We had no idea." I nod, playing the grieving wife. "Thank you for believing me." Leaving the office, I spot Amber in the parking lot, mascara streaking her face. "You bitch," she screams. "You've ruined everything." I smile coldly. "No, Amber. You did that yourself." My phone buzzes, a text from an unknown number. It's Blake, Amber's husband. Is it true? About Amber and Derek? I take a deep breath and type, "Yes."
I'm sorry.
"I have proof if you need it." His response is immediate. "Send it. All of it." As I drive home, a weight lifts from my shoulders. The truth is out. Consequences are unfolding. Derek's lost his job and family respect. Amber's perfect life is crumbling. And I'm just getting started. That evening, Derek shows up at the house, drunk and desperate. "How could you do this to me?" he slurs. I stand in the doorway, unmoved. "How could you do this to us? To our family?" As I shut the door on his pleading face, I feel a mix of satisfaction and sadness. This isn't the ending I wanted for our story, but it's the one Derek chose. Now, he'll have to live with it. The courtroom feels suffocating as I sit, waiting for the judge's decision. Derek slouches beside his lawyer, a shell of his former self. Across the aisle, I catch a glimpse of Amber, her face drawn and pale. In the matter of Thompson versus Thompson, the judge begins, "I've reviewed all evidence and testimonies. Mr. Thompson, your infidelity and financial misconduct are clear." Derek's head drops. I steel myself for what's coming. The court orders you to pay Mrs. Thompson alimony in the amount of $5,000 monthly, plus $2,500 in child support. Furthermore, Mrs. Thompson will retain the family home and primary custody of the children. A gasp escapes Derek's lips. His lawyer whispers furiously in his ear, but he seems beyond hearing. As we file out of the courtroom, I overhear Amber in heated discussion with her own lawyer. "What do you mean I lose the house? And shared custody? This can't be happening." Her lawyer's response is clipped. "Mrs. Collins, given the circumstances of your affair and its impact on your family, you're lucky to get visitation at all." I feel a twinge of guilt, quickly suppressed. They made their choices. Now they face the consequences. Outside, Derek approaches me, eyes pleading. "Eliza, please. I can't afford these payments. I'll be ruined." I meet his gaze coldly. "You should have thought of that before you threw away our marriage." As I turn to leave, I see Amber storming towards her car, mascara streaking down her face. Our eyes meet for a moment, and I see the realization dawn in hers. She's lost everything too. Driving home, a mix of emotions washes over me. Relief, vindication, but also a lingering sadness for what might have been. I shake it off. It's time to close this chapter and start anew. That evening, I call my lawyer. "I'm ready," I tell her. "Let's finalize the divorce." 1 year later, I stand in front of my new office, heart pounding with excitement. The sign reads Eliza Thompson, Family Law. It's surreal to see my dream finally realized. Inside, Jen waits with a bottle of champagne. "To new beginnings," she toasts. As we sip, my phone buzzes. It's a text from my daughter. "Mom, we're so proud of you. Can't wait to celebrate tonight." Tears prick my eyes. The journey here wasn't easy, but my kids' unwavering support made it worthwhile. They've seen firsthand the strength it takes to rebuild a life, and our bond is stronger than ever. Later, walking home, I spot a familiar figure. Derek, unshaven and disheveled, stocking shelves at the local grocery store. Our eyes meet briefly before he looks away, shame etched on his face. I feel a twinge of pity, quickly replaced by resolve. He made his choices. Turning the corner, I nearly collide with Amber. She's juggling grocery bags and a crying toddler. Sorry, she mutters, not meeting my gaze. As she hurries past, I overhear her son's plaintive cry. I want Daddy. The encounter leaves me shaken, but oddly at peace. Karma had indeed come full circle. At home, I'm greeted by the warm chaos of family dinner. My kids chatter excitedly about my new practice, peppering me with questions. As I look around the table, at the faces of the people who matter most, I'm struck by how far we've come. The pain of betrayal will always be a part of my story, but it no longer defines me. I've reclaimed my life, my career, and my self-respect. The woman who once felt shattered by her husband's infidelity now stands tall, stronger for having been broken. As I raise my glass in a quiet toast to myself, I realize that sometimes the end of one story is just the beginning of a better one. And this new chapter? It's all mine to write.